Main Street. Hello, all of our tiny birds out there.
What's up, Twitchians and YouTubians? YouTubers.
The tubers of you.
Tubers of you.
I'm Zero the Artificer.
I'm Aurora.
And we're back with blueprints. We're back with blueprints.
More Azure thoughts.
Let me pull the camera out just a little bit. I don't know why it always resets back to this position. Yeah, it keeps zooming in like really far. There we go. I can see myself. There we go. That's better.
Phone is dumb. Turn your volume down.
All right. We are here. We are blue. Abba-dee, abba-die.
Except my pen, which is green. But that's my favorite color.
Keyboard up here.
Until we find a computer, and that's when it comes back over here.
Oh, you mean in the game?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We have a computer.
I was like, what do you mean? We're on a computer right now.
Well, actually, our computer's right there. This is a TV.
It is nice that the YouTube side never freezes.
Yeah.
Like on chat, Twitch does it, like, kind of frequently. Alright. So.
Do we want to see if we get a coin purse, if we get the trading post, and then get our inheritance?
Oh yeah, I do want to blow up that dynamite too.
I do too.
If we can get a glass melter or whatever it's called.
I can't even remember.
So we need to figure out the code to the safe in the drawing room.
Burning glass.
Burning glass. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Damn it. Okay.
Did we add the 9th
Yeah.
classroom? Okay.
That's the last thing we did in our drafting pool. Except, I think there might have been one more thing.
I don't know if we did.
Because,
was it found? No. Yeah.
Do
we added one. Because these are all the ones we've added.
Yeah.
That are outside of the regular ones.
Do we have one more?
Still missing the last shop.
Do we have room 8?
Oh yeah, in room 8. That's the last other one. I think those are the last official 2 we need to find.
Yeah. I think one of those is going to have the last safe.
Probably. It might.
Because we just found the 7th? 5th? No, we have 6th. 7th.
Yeah, we found the 7th safe.
Yeah, we haven't figured out.
But we need to figure out the code to it.
Yes.
Which we know it'll be a date.
We need to take the final exam.
We need to take the final exam. 27 allowance. Hell yeah.
Never bad to start with.
So yeah, we need the 8th red one. We need to do the schoolhouse. We need to figure out the train.
Yes, we need to.
I know there's probably a bunch more other ones too. We need to do the puzzle boxes down in the basement and open up the other 5 doors?
Sanctum doors.
Like 4 doors? 5 doors? The sanctum doors.
There's always more doors.
There's always more doors in Mordor. Welcome to Mordor. We have all the doors you'll ever need. Battery pack.
Don't have enough doors, we have more doors.
Yeah.
The joke will quickly get old.
Turn it up a little bit. We can hear.
Si, senor.
We can hear things happening. Just out of my own proclivities. I thought I heard us on the phone earlier. Okay, so I can hear us. I
Yes.
just want to make sure. Oops. No, don't call 911. That would be horrible. We don't need that on our doorstep. Well, there's the first of many. Classroom. Give us that apple, teach. Thank you.
Should I be writing notes down from stuff in the classroom?
I mean, in the first couple grades, I don't... Maybe the Arch Aries' color is yellow? Because we know those two are wrong.
Yeah.
The hourglass would be purple, and the V would be red. Maybe. Because, yeah, in this one, it's yellow, too. On this kid's, Freddy. And then that's the kid who likes everything red. Caleb. You must really like red. Isn't Caleb the guy who ends up writing the book?
Caleb Manning.
Manning?
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is like... Because I thought he was for purple. Oh, hey. Hey, what's up? Wraith Pulse 3, I believe. If I'm reading that right. How you doing today? Thank you for tuning into our stream. Okay. Oh, I thought I saw. Oh, we did get the key for, oh, what's her name's journal in her ladyship's room.
The ladyship.
It's down in the crypt.
Aspen.
Yeah. We do need to get the crypt so we can get that. But, we are doing good. How are you doing today?
Chapel. One for Orson.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
And
save up the redraws. So I'm pretty sure it's each classroom you gets you more redraws. Which is a really good way of, like, forcing certain rooms and outcomes where we need it.
Yeah, especially later on in the run.
Ah, that's cool. Okay. Let's push out on this side.
Corridor goes up.
Half tempted to make it a library or a parlor just for the gems. Possibly.
Go for it. If we had that third key.
You're never gonna let it go, are you?
Until it happens.
You need to save a wind-up key. The gems are not in a box with a true statement. The statement on the blue box is as true as this statement. Oh no.
The gems are in a box with a true statement. Are not in a box with a true statement.
Do you remember what color they were in last time? I think it was black last time.
I think it was either black or blue last time. So...
I'm gonna try white.
Okay.
Look at that. Yes, let's go. Hell yeah, feed us gems for more classroom.
This is a classroom run. I don't like that it doesn't keep going.
Don't either. The breakfast nook would keep us going north.
True.
And we get a key and we get some steps.
Yeah.
And we get the morning room.
Morning room.
Okay, so let's backtrack. One for Orson. Hello, Lord Orson. Lord Or.
Lord Or. Lord Or. Lord Or.
I was kind of hoping for another classroom we could just stick in here into its own little corner, but I think we're gonna go observatory and possibly get a bunch of good resources early on.
Hopefully.
Please no Draxus.
I don't see him.
I don't see him either. Apple, key,
Flowers.
diamond, and flowers. Hell yeah. Good start. So how are you doing today, Wraith, if you're still here?
We have one viewer.
So they probably left.
Yes.
Oh well. We continue on. You either stay for the funny ha-has or you don't. Either way. Now we can do a library. What was the book we checked out? I can't remember. The Curse of Blackbridge! We finally get to read it! Oh shit!
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Ooh. By Redford Ewing. Ew.
I grew up in Redford.
Redford Ewing. Ewing?
Ewing.
Ewing?
Ewing?
Forward. The legend of Blackbridge is one that's well known to the people. Sorry, let me get my upper crust. The legend of Blackbridge is one that's well known to the people of the Grand Realm, for versions of this tale have been passed down from generation to generation. With each new telling, the story has changed, great, the theme of the game, becoming over the years more colorful, more verbose, and, as one might expect, increasingly horrifying. Well, first he just dropped an apple, then he got hit by a cart, then it turned into a semi-hauler, then it turned into a plane crash, then it turned into a world explosion from a meteor death.
I'm gonna ask one question, and I think after I ask that question, you'll agree with that question. Is this a Reddit post?
I do. However, with so many renditions and unique personal touches, the task of confining and binding this tale to text seems an ambitious and impossible challenge. Over the course of my research, I have heard dozens of variations of the legend. And while the details would often change, I was surprised how much of the story's heart remained the same. Yet, the more I listened, the clearer it became that there could never be a definitive version of this tale capable of capturing all the wonder and myth of Blackbridge. In the end, I chose to write down what felt most authentic, the story my grandmother told me as a boy long ago.
Oh, I'm going to love this.
Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. How many parts are there? Oh my. So there's 2 parts? But each part is...
very long.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Did you see how many pages?
Oh, this is a Harry Potter book.
This is a long book. Okay, let's get into it. So we want cliff notes. We don't want this page for page, because you'll be here forever.
What are cliff notes? Because everyone always told me when I was in school, take notes, and I'm like, well, like if you tell me to take notes on the important stuff, how do I know what the important stuff is? And then once I hear the important stuff, you're already talking about something else.
You have to extrapolate the important stuff. That's the thing. So...
my short-term memory is that of a goldfish.
It is.
My long-term memory is freaking incredible.
Mm-hmm. Many moons ago, before peace had become a familiar word, there lived a group of rogues so wayward that the locals deemed it appropriate to call their number the Unholy Hounds. So the Unholy Hounds. A group of rogues. They were feral outlaws composed of society's worst in a time when society was at its worst. And for each crime the fearful travelers credited to the group, a dozen more lay unclaimed, each worse than the last. For the gentry, however, who often value their coffers more than their companions, no crime could measure more wicked than the group's primary enterprise, high road robbery. So the unholy hounds were well known for high road robbery. That sounds important. One such member of the so-called band of the Rogues was a boy of 13 years, Jesper. Jesper. He was 13. Who had not been lucky in life, having lost 2 brothers to war and parents to famine. Ew, that is not a very lucky boy. This is not his year, not his time. In the years of hunger that followed, Jesper lived in a gutter behind a churchyard, relying on the nourishment of scurrying bugs and weeds harvested from the cracks of the alleyway to sustain his pitiful existence. Sad.
So lived behind church.
Eating bugs and weeds. I don't know if any of that's important, but
I don't
mean, the struggle is real, my man, Jasper. The struggle is real. It is not surprising that a child aiming to escape such hardships would take any easy road out, an easy and well-traveled road paved with temptations leading out of the city and into the gentry lands, where loose purse strings entwine with the strands of salvation, and glisten equally with the hope of opportunity. It was this road that eventually led Jasper to the end of his youth, a hidden cave at the bottom of Black Bridge Canyon. A hidden cave. I wonder if that has anything to do with the server room that we found. It was here that he had met his surrogate family and saviors, the notorious gang of godless outlaws known as the Unholy Hounds. Okay. So down in Black Bridge Canyon was a cave where these guys lived. Despite the hardened circumstances that had led him to the vocation of banditry, Jesper was surprisingly tender-hearted and was often teased by the group for being too kind for such an ignoble life. For this reason, Jesper was assigned the innocent role of berry picker. You're too soft to be a thug / highwayman robber, so you're just gonna be our berry picker boy. It was not just innocence that set berry picking apart from the gang's more wicked undertakings, for it was the only duty performed without the safety of night's concealment. Jesper, no stranger to solitude, did not protest that he alone worked while the others slept soundly, tucked away in the cave at the bottom of Black Bridge Canyon. On one such occasion, Jesper decided to get an early start. He left the cave, berry basket in hand, 2 shekels in his pocket, and a song in his heart, and he set out into the woods before the morning sun had even brushed against the tallest treetops. It was colder in the mornings, but the headway dawn afforded meant Jesper would reach the furthermost berry patches without worry of being chastised for tarrying upon his return. Oh, is that Jesper? It took over 3 hours on foot to reach his destination, and along the way Jesper had passed by many of a familiar bush, all priorly pillaged and so bereft of berries that one would have to dedicate several moments in earnest examination before finding a single one. Jesus Christ. Jesper was patient, but even patience has its limits. He was confident that even accounting for the time lost to this long stretch of travel, his efforts would be well worth the pains. Surveying the patches in this new grove surprised even Jesper. The red dots suspended among the leaves seemed as numerous as stars in the skies. Upon seeing such bounteous sight, he clutched his berry basket tightly and nearly toppled over out of joy. Once he had regained his senses, Jesper quickly made a decision. He would not reveal the location of this newfound treasure. Instead, he would earn the respect of his confederates who, upon seeing his yield, might attribute the success to hard work. Smiling at his plan, Jesper set off to fill his basket and was making steady strides in his task when the sound of thundering hooves interrupted him. Uh-oh. A carriage is approaching. The thought of it made Jesper freeze. I'm sorry. A carriage is approaching. I'm sorry, he's a child. The thought of it made Jesper freeze and cough uncontrollably. He had been so enchanted by his discovery that he had neglected to observe his surroundings. How could a roadway be so close? Be so close. Yeah, I read that right. He ducked down and crept towards the impending sound, hiding behind one of the largest bushes nearby. It was only a moment more before the sound source revealed itself. Within 50 paces of where Jesper hid, an elegant carriage with gold trim came soaring around a corner of trees, led by two beautiful white horses, and conveyed by a stern-looking driver seated atop the vehicle, flaunting the most sophisticated regalia Jesper has ever seen. I swear, I'm not dyslexic. It was not just any carriage, it was a royal carriage. Even without ever having witnessed such a sight before, Jesper was certain. The sight had so transfixed Jesper that he stood awestruck, unable to tear away as the carriage approached. The little concealment the bush provided was soon proven unequal to the driver's lofty perch, and upon spotting the boy, he pulled the reins with such effect that the noble steed slid to a sudden halt with precise control. They stopped. "You, boy, get out from behind that bush," he shouted with a rigidity that betrayed a modest amount of fear. Yeah. "You startled me half to death coming around the bend of my own drive, and me seeing such an unfamiliar face in a place where there ought not to be any face." Green eggs and ham. Jesper quickly contemplating running. The man was much older, and his dress was suitable for courtly behavior, not dashing through the brambles and mud. I was picking berries." Jasper raised the half-filled basket up to allow the driver to see the proof of his words. The demeanor of the man suddenly changed. Uh-oh. It was a change that Jasper was familiar with. He had many times seen the same stern expressions on the most fiendish bandits melt away when presented with a berry basket. Any suspicions that the driver might have had instantly evaporated, for even the notion of a member of the Unholy Hounds picking berries seemed farcical, I believe. The softened expression even made allowances for a smile. "Berries, eh? Say, you couldn't have picked a better spot for them, could you? I used to pick berries here as a boy. We should be best friends." Jesper took his cue to finally step forward out from behind the bush, proudly brandishing his basket. "I know, and what luck I found them. I have only just begun picking, and look how many I have. It would have taken me fourfold the time back home to procure this number. The driver bent down for a closer look. "And where is your home, boy? It must be quite far." Jesper replied with a scripted response, "A little south of Tanner Fork, just past the burnt woods." Tanner Fork. We've heard that before. Ooh, in the burnt woods. I wonder if that was from the war. From the Fensurrection.
Yeah.
My gods, that is far. You couldn't have come all that way only this morning. It was true, Tanner Fork was in the exact opposite direction that Jasper had traveled, and while the response would seem perfectly reasonable in a location closer to Blackbridge Canyon, he could see why it might seem less believable here. "Sir, I have traveled much farther for much less profit. I dare say there is no distance yet made by man that would not be worth undertaking for a prize such as these. Surely you have tasted them for yourself." Jesper felt happier with the response as it seemed to amplify the man's smile. Aw, he made a friend. In my youth often, but perhaps I took it for granted because I never had to travel very far. And even then my father would always drive us here in our carriage. So I'm ashamed I never had to walk such a stretch to earn an equal reward. It was Jasper's time to smile. Then let my efforts reward us both today. Aw. He raised the basket even higher. A taste in memory of your youth, sir. Cute. The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down to the basket, and at that moment his fingers touched the first berry. The dagger in turn met his throat, cutting through a superficial layer of skin and drawing blood. Oh. Jesper caught the man's startled eye. And for that taste, I will have your purse, sir, in memory of my youth. Oh shit, Jesper got a mean streak. The driver's arm had gone stiff, his chin raised and trembling, more frightened than he had ever been before. Whether unable or incapable of speaking, he did not respond to the boy. Perhaps he did not think his jaw could afford to be engaged at this particular time. Jesper let the basket drop, freeing his other hand to probe the man's pockets. Do not mistake me, sir. I will not kill you if you give me no cause. Though I will admit, the thought of taking your carriage and leaving you the indignity of walking appeals to me. Unable to find a purse in the man's coat, Jesper pivoted to search the seat under him. Why have you no purse upon your person? The driver slowly raised his hand cautiously, pointing towards the carriage door behind him. Jesper lowered the knife's edge a small degree to allow the man to speak, which he did in turn softly. There's a lockbox in the carriage. Well, come down then and grant me the courtesy of sparing your life and binding your hands. A concession, I assure you of my tender heart, for it would be much easier to slit your throat. The man started to comply, slowly lowering himself from the driver's seat of the carriage. Once down, Jesper guided him away from the carriage to a nearby tree, where he instructed him to get on his knees and put his hands behind his back and pray to his gods. Excusing his inexperience, the man indulged Jesper while he figured out how to adequately bind him. The smiling kindness Jesper had seen on the man's face, now nothing more than a distant memory. In their place, cold, dark eyes displaying no emotion. I wonder, should I grant you the same clemency you are showing me? Jesper stopped, surprised by the question, but ignored it, secured the final binding, and then hastily returned to the carriage. With one hand on the door's handle, he turned back to the man. If there is no lockbox, there will be no clemency. Inside the carriage was surprisingly dusty and unswept, a stark contrast to the elegant and polished golden facade of the exterior. It had apparently been many years since a passenger had enjoyed passage in this vehicle. This all but confirmed what Jesper had suspected. The driver of the carriage was not a liveried servant in the employ of some greater master. Any curiosity that this observation might have further produced was quickly abandoned upon seeing what rested under the carriage back seat, a large wooden lockbox. Despite its hefty appearance, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jesper had dislodged it from its hold and carried it out into the sunlight. Onto the sun. Inspecting the box carefully, two observations were made. Totemic symbols found carved on all four sides of the box hinted that the box was very old and likely not created by Orindian hands. It reminded him of an artifact from the old world and was presumably crafted in one of the ancient realms. Huh. Interesting. Totemic symbols on all four sides. And it was not made in Orindia, or by Orindian hands. So, from another country, I would assume. From one of the other ancient places. We've seen that box before. In, Alakazam's fucking visions in the Rumpus Room, or whatever his name is.
Elzara.
Alzar, yeah.
Elzara.
Alzara. Alakazam. Secondly, the box was secured by a rusted yet robust padlock, and would not open easily without a key. Jesper looked over to see the driver quietly observing from his indentured position. Do you perhaps have a key you can provide me to open this box? Without emotion, the driver replied, There is no key to that box. Jesper stood up. Easy enough, then. He headed over to a nearby rock of sizable dimensions and lifted the stone up, carrying it back to the box. If there was ever a time when that lock had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. With one hit, the stone had completely shattered the rusted lock. He bent back down and opened the lid. Inside was an effigy, a crude figure chiseled from stone. Without too much deliberation, Jesper bent down and picked it up, somewhat surprised how heavy it seemed given how light the box had felt. Having expected to find something more akin to gold or gems, he looked questioningly to the man, hoping to find an explanation. The driver's smile had once again returned. You are cursed, boy, for deadly is the stone. You have opened that which should never have been opened, and you are cursed. So it's an effigy from, like, a tribe? Do you know what an effigy is?
It's like a figurine almost.
Yeah, kind of like a doll, or like a depiction, usually of, like, a person, or something like that. Jesper carried the effigy over to the man and shoved it in front of his face. Yeah, usually they're warnings and signs of, like, impending doom or, like, cursed or something like that. They're usually not good. What is it? That's one. Feeling his disappointment rising to anger now, Jesper tightened his grip on the effigy. One what, you mumbling agenter? Did you call him a slur? And in God's name, why have you no purse upon your person? Why don't you have any money? The man did not seem intimidated. 1 pace. He paused for effect. 12 more, and you will be dead. He only had a second to flinch before the effigy struck him in the head and put an end to his cryptic ramblings. If there was ever a time when the old man had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. Well, that's fucked up, but really well written. Jesper looked down at the sculpted stone figure, now splattered red. Ooh, damn. Did he kill him? Yikes. Was it cursed? Was he cursed? He had, of course, heard stories of curses and had never doubted their validity in the past, but now that he was standing face to face with the possibility of being cursed, his mind pleaded with him to be skeptical. And if he was cursed, what difference would the knowledge make? A dozen more paces would not be enough to find another living soul, to say nothing of the chances of procuring a remedy. If he did not move from where he now stood, he could live maybe another 3 or 4 days, maybe more given the abundance of nearby berries. Berries. A plan that if we ignore its obvious faults, might provide additional opportunities for help to come along. But what good would that do, to be discovered here, beside a body that I just murdered, stolen goods in hand, bloated from berries, and raving about a curse that could very well not be real? No, it would most certainly be better to face one's fate now. Take a dozen paces and see if life goes on. See if I drop dead. But Jesper found his legs unable to make that first step. His mind was unable to convince his limb to waste away 1/12 of his life in a single motion. Feeling the desperation sink in, he hopelessly looked about him for a solution, and if by some stroke of luck the gods had heard his plea, A miracle materialized before him as if he found himself suddenly at the end of a fairy tale. He's gonna take the carriage because he wouldn't have to walk anymore. 2 white horses and a carriage of golden trim were beside him, the answer to his immediate prayers. What if that's why that guy was the carriage driver? Because he saw the effigy once and he got cursed, and that's why no one's been in his carriage in so many years, and blah blah blah. He laughed at the fortune and calculated the short number of paces back to the road. 4. Perhaps only 3 if he jumped. He made a quick survey to see if there was anything he wished to grab before taking the plunge.
Wait. In this game, we count our steps.
You're right. Crazy.
And then-
Is that why we always pass out every 70 steps? We've extended the curse. We have the premium version.
Premium.
Do we pay for premium with berries? He thought about removing the driver's fancy coat so that appeared to be of some value, but the additional risk of undertaking such a task is too great to chance, and so, after a profound breath, he took his 2nd, 3rd, and 4th step, though they were quite large. Seated now behind the horses, he reached for the reins, and suddenly realized that he was still gripping the effigy. If the curse was real, then it would most certainly be better left here. If, on the other hand, the story was fictitious, there might be some appraisal that could be made of the figure. This is how dumb people die in movies. It was, after all, found within a lockbox, whose typical function oft secured objects of value. Having witnessed firsthand the horrors of destitution, Jasper found his mind equally reluctant to allow his hand to let go. If it is cursed, I die. If it is cursed, I die. If not today, then tomorrow. And if I die, what care have I? And with that statement said aloud to the horses seemingly, Jasper took up the reins with confidence. Part 2, Below the Black Bridge. Miller awoke to some light nudging from a familiar foot. Miller. That's one of those guys, I think. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such ill-mannered fashion. Shaking the sleep from her eyes, she glared... Okay, it's a woman. She glared up at him in the darkness, but did not say a word. He nudged her again teasingly, then stepped back into the dim. After taking a moment for her eyes to adjust to the darkness of the cave, Miller remembered. She was on 3rd watch today, quietly collecting her things and wits. Miller turned as she left, waving to her young friend, who was more than likely already asleep. She crept through the cavern's main passage, careful to not wake the sleeping bandits around her. Like a hero in a book, she often mused. Quietly, she grabbed a bow from the haphazard formed pile of weapons, shaking the accompanying quiver in the darkness to assess how many arrows it held. She then walked towards the sun-drenched mouth of the cavern, ready to start her shift. Above her, in one of the few trees found in the canyon, Miller could see that Ravia was already posted. Ravia. Why have we heard that name before, or read that name before somewhere? I think I know where. She waved as Ravia waved back. Calling out to each other was strictly forbidden. Anything louder than a gesture in the canyon was forbidden. When Miller reached the tree, Ravia lowered a braided rope and pointed to the ground behind her. Miller turned, followed the finger, and saw a pail of water resting beside a nearby log. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail to the rope. The pail went up first, and in turn, Miller followed. Ravia reached across to grab the water. Miller leaned back to give her space. There was not much room for maneuvering in this tree post, a necessary concession for the concealment the outpost demanded. Ravia tilted the pail up to her mouth dramatically, illustrating how thirsty she had been. Miller laughed silently as water poured out, splashing onto Ravia's face. Ha ha ha! We're highway bandits who murder people for money. Oh, look how much fun we're having. It was a bit too daring and noisy of a joke, and had the others been around, they would have certainly been scolded for the unwarranted sound. But Miller appreciated the efforts Ravia took to verbalizing the silence of the morning. They had been on third watch together for over a month, and during that speechless time, their friendship had grown into something special. Affection was unsurprisingly scarce among the unholy hounds. She had felt camaraderie before, of course, but intimacy, never. From their elevated vantage, the girls could see both the concealed
What's this
entrance.
turning into?
They could see both the concealed entrance of the cavern as well as a clear view of the bridge that spanned across the canyon. Black Bridge was the link between the Gentry lands and the northern mountains, the overpass that connected Oris and Reddington. To the city-faring travelers of the realm, the bridge was an unavoidable crossing. In the day, the task was to ensure that travelers passing by without stopping. At night, the task was to ensure that they do. Okay. So, Miller and Ravia. Black Bridge is the connection between the northern mountains and the Gentry lands of Oris and Reddington. Okay. Reddington being the mountain town. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The bitter glare of the sun might be tolerable to farmhands and bricklayers, but to a cavern-housed bandit, it was a source of constant annoyance. I hate the sun. The sun is a deadly laser. In the day, there was no shroud to conceal her expressions, nor to hide her thoughts. She felt exposed. Ravia touched her elbow and pointed up. Miller, striving to suppress a budding smile, suddenly shook her head in response. There were many signs that the unholy hounds used in lieu of words, but the two of them had developed an extended vocabulary. Gestures quietly forged in the shared solitude of their month among the branches. She watched as Ravia shifted, placing her palms on the floorboards beneath them, flat on the floorboards beneath them, so like down like that. Miller knew she was trying to say what she was trying to say, but shook her head a second time. It was often more fun to pretend not to understand. Ravia rolled her eyes and turned away, looking back to the canyon. Squinting through the leaves, the two girls held still, watching and listening. It was not long until Miller, too, heard the sounds of approach. It's maybe the boy? Ravia held up two bent fingers, and a few moments later, two men emerged from the bridge's southern end. They were dressed in familiar uniform, long gray coats with black facings, white waistcoats, and black tricorn hats. They belonged to the local patrol, the Black Guard. Although not an everyday occurrence, the presence at Black Bridge wasn't an unusual sight. Their presence. It typically indicated an important traveler's impending passage across the bridge. Information that the girls would promptly relay to their leaders as soon as the coast was clear. But this report, while exciting, was rarely acted upon. In Miller's 5 years in the Unholy Hounds, she had never once seen a carriage taken in open daylight when the Black Guard was nearby. The men had nearly reached the bridge's north end when Miller heard the horses, faintly at first but growing louder with each passing moment. Ravia's eyes met Miller's, the same concern mirrored in each other's expression. This did not sound like the typical carriage cautiously approaching the bridge to cross. Instead of the familiar crunch of the high road's gravel, they heard the harsh clattering of hoofbeats against stone. Both girls quickly redirected their attention downward, looking through the foliage. The sounds were not coming from the high road, they were but from the canyon itself. The horses were coming from below the bridge. In an instant, Miller had knocked an arrow and drawn her bow. Go! Ravia was gone before the whisper had even left Miller's mouth. The young scout was already sliding down the bank below, racing toward the cave. There was no road that ran below the canyon. There was no reason for numerous horses to be approaching their cave. There was only one reasonable conclusion, and both girls had reached it instantly. The base had been compromised. This was a blackguard attack. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Whew! Oh, hey, what up, D? Big Bacon, what's going on?
Big Bacon's in the house.
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Okay. Whew.
Are they gonna kill him?
Well, we haven't gotten back to what happened to the boy. Oh, I just saw the next picture. I'm glad you weren't looking at that. Uh-oh. The moment the horses came into view, Miller let loose her first arrow. Let me compose myself. She was surprised to see a carriage. She had expected cavalry. Before she even finished processing that thought, her second arrow was in the air. Without a trail, it would be unthinkable for a carriage to traverse such rough terrain. Yet she watched as the wheels jolted over the
Man, they're
rocky
gonna love
riverbed.
this. We're gonna be able to go around town now, and nobody's even gonna know that it's us.
Oh, I think it's Jesper.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Uh-oh. A third arrow was now in flight, and there would be no need for a fourth. The driver just slumped over just moments before the vehicle dipped into a small ditch, slamming into an embankment. The force of this sudden halt immediately shattered the front two wheels and catapulted the driver from his seat, making him take 8 steps, where he died. Where he immediately fell over into cardiac arrest. Utterly confused now, Miller quickly glanced over her shoulder to see if any horses were also approaching from the rear. Oh, fuck. Down in the canyon, the entire horde of the unholy hounds came spilling forth from the earth as if hell itself had suddenly sprung open. The group seemed even more bewildered than Miller, half asleep and tripping over one another in a desperate attempt to engage any unseen enemy in combat. Miller could see Ravia among their number, the only one looking up at her. Her expression was chilling. There would be no need for a silent gesture to convey what they both now realized. They had made a mistake. Dun dun dun. Oh no. The gang's chieftain, Joffrey Heartslasher. That is a gnarly name. Joffrey Heartslasher. Write that down. Geoffrey led the others cautiously approaching the crashed carriage like a suspicious fox would near a baited trap. There were no words exchanged as the group crept forward in customary silence. A dozen or so paces in front of the wreckage, lay the far-flung driver, an arrow protruding from his broken body, and beside him a blood-stained effigy carved from stone. A dozen steps. 12 paces. Damn. Miller was inconsolable. Jesper had always been her favorite. He had always shadowed her in the night, clinging to the hems of her every move, the way a child tails behind an older sibling. Tender-hearted, she had always called him. Though deep down she had known that wasn't quite true. His appearance of gentleness concealed a raw, resilient durability that emerged in the most perilous of situations. He had been a flower among the nettles of this cave, but he still had thorns, honed by a grim past and 100 hands of misfortune. They buried him in the darkness, in the back of one of the larger cavern rooms. He was interred with a berry basket and a silk handkerchief that he had treasured. Look at the symbol. That's Oris. Orinda. The mysterious effigy they had found beside him served as a distinguished gravestone mark, a marker that stood out as somewhat special among the rows of similar swords marking neighboring plots. No one spoke, not even in whispers. There was nothing to say. Miller awoke the next day to a thunderous shaking and rattling of the earth, a far cry from the playful nudging of the previous day. She strained to adjust her eyes, but the choking sting of stirred-up dust caused her to flinch. Panic was also in the air. The sounds of scurried footsteps and clattering feet filled the spaces around her. But even in alarm, the silence was louder. What was it that sounded so strange? Miller closed her eyes tight and used her feet to guide her along the passage. The whispers around her were getting louder, and intense voices could be heard ahead. Louder speech than she had ever heard spoken in the canyon. A growing dread grew as Miller approached the mouth of the cave. Her eyes now open wide despite the dust. Shouldn't it be day? Miller felt a hand in the darkness pulling at her. It was Ravia. The two embraced, and Miller did not need to see her to understand. Ravia placed 2 bent fingers against Miller's cheek, and with that touch against her face, Miller felt the same sinking feeling from the previous day. 2 bent fingers confirmed what Miller had suspected. The girls had forgotten to relay one critical piece of information to the others. An hour or so later, the screams began. Blood-curdling cries of hopeless desperation. Captain Fodrick Lee of the Blackguard looked down from the bridge of the canyon to the collapsed entrance of the cave. Ah, he grinned. Now they speak. Damn. They collapsed the cave on them and just shut them in. They never told them about the blackguard they saw up on the top of the bridge. They never said anything to him. Miller or Ravia. Oh, shit. Oh. The Curse of Blackbridge. So are we to extrapolate that the effigy caused all of this? That's crazy. It is called the Blackbridge Grotto. I wonder if we get all of the microchips and take them there. Because if you noticed, last time we went in, that the top of the microchip looked like the other one that was in there. I want to go outside, do it real quick since it's right here. I don't care if we waste the steps. I want to go check.
It's more than 12.
And did I did not. There's one for Jesper and all his lads and lasses. Poor fools. That sucks.
Wrong one. Is it?
No, it's this one.
Okay. I thought it was that.
Yeah, right here. I was right. So
We need
one more, and I bet you that door takes us to the Black Grotto. Or to Black Bridge, or something like that.
The cave.
Oh, what was the name? It was Thomas K? Oh,
I'm finding it.
Oh, it was Miss Babbage?
Baba.
Baba. Welcome to Blackbridge. Use your database. Tom K. Thom K. So, go back in. Thor. Okay. Welcome to Blackbridge. Cause yeah, we need to figure out oh, in this it's Reva, not Rava. That's where I thought I had seen the name before. Groundskeeper, former, yeah.
Suspicion of blackmail and not watering the plants.
Yep. And then there was Routh, the Baron's valet for 20 years, substituting for Mr. Moore until we find a suitable assistant. But yeah, there's an admin access key that lets you see the old archives, which we don't have yet, I think. So yeah, we have that set. Terminal timeout settings. Yep, now we don't have to keep relogging back into terminals once we log back into them again. And they'll all just stay active, and we can activate any other terminal from another terminal's position. Oh yeah, we found this little purple note too. Whatever the fuck this is.
I already wrote that down.
I-I-O-O. So yeah, this is Blackbridge Grotto. See, this has to connect to that cave or something. I'm guessing it now. If it's got the same fucking name, I mean... Oh yeah, the chessboard in the elevator, too. We gotta do that one. We know the office has the king piece in it. We just need to get one that has the rook, the knight, the bishop, and the pawn. Which... Oh, fuck it, while we're here, we might as well check them. Does the workshop have one? Oh, I don't think the workshop actually has a chess piece in it. Okay. I don't think the classroom does either. I don't think any of the classrooms do.
Okay, so we have king.
Oh.
Bishop.
There is a bishop in the chapel. There's a knight in the observatory. I remember that, because we see that one all the time. What about in here? The parlor. Oh, there's a pawn in the parlor. Okay. Pawn in the parlor.
I get the joke for the observatory.
What?
Night and night.
Oh, haha. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so we need
A queen, a rook, and I don't know what else because I don't play chess.
It was the queen, the king, the rook, the bishop, the knight, and the pawn.
Okay, so we only need the queen and the rook.
Yes.
The ladyships.
Which we're pretty sure is the ladyship's bedroom. Give us 2 extra steps. Which one was this one? Oh, this was just the addition, subtraction, multiply.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We already know that one. And you will not be locked upon my own grounds, you bastard. Give me another classroom. It will give me more draws. We figured out the periodic table of elements puzzle. Gas. Water, ice, gas. Where's my apple? Give me my fucking apple.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, apples are more delicious today.
I broke off the foundation. Wow, we're just getting all the classrooms right now, huh?
Yep.
Fuck it. We're going to 4th grade. I meant to go out from the library in the entrance hall, but fuck it. We in this bitch. We're exploring. So yeah, the mountain, the hourglass, the V would go there. It's those 3 we still need to figure out the locations of. Because yeah, we know Kororika, Morajai, and Vera are across the world over here. But which symbol goes to which, we don't know yet. And the Nance, Arinda, Arch, and Araj are all on the other side. We're gonna have to do these worksheets. I'm gonna call it now. This is the shit we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
When we get to the final exam. So Blackbridge would be like what, right here? Because they said it was between Reddington and Oris.
Wait.
And then we're at Mount Holly.
Which
right
is
now.
right there.
I wonder what that North Tower is. I don't remember hearing about it. Colossus Orinda? The Royal Museum. We've seen the Royal Museum. That was in the cave that they were going to rob for the jewels or something. Was that the symbol for Fen? Or is that just like just for this map, I assume?
Because the symbol for Fen is the...
It's the V.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a tower, like rook.
No, it's,
Or no, it's the... Oh, yeah, it's the pentagon-looking shape. That's right. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, they did have that right. on our side. They had the other side wrong. And the fourth symbol to the west, because I don't think we know that one yet either.
I know there's the one where they put,
Or is that the V? I can't remember. See, like, that one got a B minus, so they got 2 wrong.
Yep. Because they put the Orinda symbol. I hope this isn't a political statement.
I hope this isn't a political statement. Yep. That makes sense. And it was by Kathleen. Kathleen getting all political up in 4th fucking grade.
My kind of girl.
I have a key and I have a buttload of rerolls.
And we have a pool. But we don't have a gem for the pool.
That's why we got rerolls.
That's why we get rerolls. Wow. Giving us all the classrooms. We're running out of rerolls.
Well, you get another 2 per classroom that you find.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use 1 more. Make it the spare room. We'll take it to the edge. Take it to the edge. Now we go back.
To the library. Library?
Library entrance hall, yeah. Because I really want to get that chessboard. Fun for Arson. Who's a good lad?
He's a good boy.
In one of the runs, I literally just sat there going back and forth into the room over and over again, feeding him money. Because I like Orson, he's cute.
He is. I love him.
Give us the other bedroom. Please. Fuck it.
2 steps and
apple. Anything on Bigby? No?
Let us know your secrets.
Hold so many secrets. Well, I don't really have anything I can use the gear wrench for except the workshop, which that doesn't really do us anything, so... I'm gonna have to make it the gymnasium.
What about the boudoir?
Because that turns us just... And then the foundation is blocked off forever. At least we only lose 2 steps. We played little b-ball. Okay, we can make that the morning room. Take that down. Even if it does dead end, we can still go back up to the foundation.
Yes.
And the spare room. Hopefully the foundation doesn't have the security door. That's a regular door. Yep, okay. Gem! Outrageous!
Outrageous.
Ooh, coin first.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. I don't see anything else. I don't want to waste the den.
Corridor? Classroom? What way does classroom go? Does it turn into the hallway?
It's gonna turn into the hallway.
Okay,
yeah.
so corridor?
What classroom would that be? 5th grade?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it would be 5th. Why don't we do den? I don't want to waste it, but at the same time, it's another gem. And maybe a random thing plus one more room down this way. So at least we can keep affording more rooms.
That's true.
And possibly maybe get like a key out of it. Oh yeah, there's a pawn in here, but we've seen that like 1,000 times, so we know the den has a pawn in it. We're well aware. Oh, you know what? I should check the morning room if it had anything in it. I don't ever remember looking.
Storeroom or closet?
The storeroom does give us a gem and a key.
And we get to see our
see our little blue boy, swim boy.
Money!
Some extra cash, a key, a gem. The luckiest little blue boy ever. Tiny bird feet.
Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop.
TBFG, let's go. Tiny bird feet gang.
If you're with me, say tweet tweet.
There's a pawn in the storeroom. Let's go back to over here. Is there one in here? Maybe on the shelves? I don't see one.
I don't think there's one in green rooms.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a nice Stanley thermos. Can I have that? I hear they sell for a lot on the black market.
You gotta sell a kidney to get one.
So here we can make another classroom, because that will turn us upwards. I wonder if these were meant to, like, be more.
Wait.
Clock, plane, manor. Pane, plane, lock, clock, stage, stag. They're on top of each other. Going up and down. I think that was all this was. I think all the classrooms were just supposed to teach you, like, how to unlock stuff.
Hold on, it spells out clue. That part spells out clue. CLUE.
Lock. Pane.
House.
Pose and stag. So what does this one spell then? Or does it spell anything?
The difference between them.
Oh yeah,
lock
that's
is C.
That's
plane
what it
and
would
pane
spell.
Is L. Crown and crow is N.
Boat and bat. Bat boat
is O.
N-O.
Stage and sage T. Not
clue?
Not clue.
What about these ones? Or no, they don't have another picture to go against. These stag, crowbar, flan, car, plane,
bride.
Wait.
It's always bride and bridge, which is G.
Stag and stage. E. I don't remember what crowbar went against.
It was we've seen the crowbar in a few.
That one doesn't pop up very often.
Cry and pray.
You're right. So R? No.
A.
EA Sports. It's in the game. Sorry.
S.
EAS.
Car and cart. T.
East.
Plane and plan.
Wasn't it like air and something?
Because there's one where it was plain and plan. Plain and pain, which is L.
And
G.
then
E.
East LG. Write that down. Like, just like as a little side cliff note. East LG. Not clue. Not clue. East LG.
Sand and...
Anything on the edges of this? Oh no, it's just the holly symbol. Draw two things that share all but one letter of their name. What? Robot and monster? Nightmare fuel? Rorschach test? That's my hat, man. I don't get what that's supposed to, what he was going for. Wow, that kid can draw.
Acorn and corn.
Two and two. Spelling incorrect. That's my worksheet. It says Josh. That's so... I'm so terrible at spelling. No, that is so my worksheet. I didn't even plan for that. That's too good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of that one. I'm using that for a thumbnail. That's for sure. Oh my god, that's too good. Okay, unlock.
Is it in the name?
I guess. I don't know. I'm thinking courtyard. Oh, but we would only get rerolls from the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have a room yet that has a rook. We have the knight, we have a pawn, we have a bishop. We need a rook, the king, and the queen. The office, the ladyship's bedroom. God, we've seen a rook in one of the rooms, and I can't absolutely fucking remember what room it was in. I'm gonna do the courtyard. That gives us more gems. Nothing else. No. Go this way first.
Well, this sucks.
Closet. Oh, well, we got a dice anyway. Okay.
Woo.
Sure. Let's take it. Oh, thank God you're not locked. Oh, the boudoir. We'll take a boudoir. Is there one in the boudoir?
Yes, Benjamin. Oh, found it.
There is no chess piece in the boudoir. Unless it's in the picture?
Hold on. Look at the lamp.
There's a candle missing here. Where did it go?
Look at the lamp. Look, that's a candelabra, not a lamp.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the pawn? Is that
Mhm.
what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Usually it's just like a big chunky, like, piece
Mama, like,
to
moo?
itself. No.
Wait.
Did I mess with that? No, I don't think so. Maybe I'm reading into things too
No.
much or not enough.
I think let's wait till certain someone pops in.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't have to summon him anymore. Fuck you. Lock the doors.
We have to go back.
Out the spare room.
Yup.
I mean, this is our first run. You know how those usually go.
Oh yeah, no, we usually don't get the best first runs, but...
Yeah.
Now we'll go through the bedroom. We get the extra 2 steps.
Woo!
Doo-doo. So our tiny 14-year-old boy legs don't get tired. Of the curse. The effigy.
I knew you were gonna do that.
So is our family cursed then?
I don't think so. Do we have any?
Look!
Is that a rook?
A rook in the breakfast nook.
My God.
There's a rook in the nook. Okay, so we just need the office and the ladyships. Or at least another room that has a queen in it that we haven't seen. Classroom, 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 classroom. This place is a nightmare. Ooh, commissary. Perfect. That'll take us northward. And maybe they have some keys for sale. That would be great.
And a sledgehammer.
Oh, I can break open that one chest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but they don't have any keys.
But the chest might.
True.
Running shoes.
Also magnifying glass.
You can get both.
Because.
You can both the
Oh, yeah.
sleeping mask and the running shoes.
And the running shoes.
And we still have 3 pennies for Orson.
Damn.
Or dollars.
Of course you would be locked. Now I have to go back, but I will get Stutch back for the mask.
Exactly.
So now that I have the magnifying glass, it does have the little symbols on it. Oh, it has numbers on it too. Oh, there's 2 people. Bat and a hawk. I'm just looking for little things. South Key. I thought there was one of these where, like, magnifying glass would help. Mamora, Dauja, Mora, Fenmora, and Vieja. These other planets in our system, I assume? I assume Mora is, like, Earth.
Yeah.
Like, their version of Earth. Mamora, Dauja, Vea, and Fenmora. Mora and Fenmora and Mamora. Edge say? And around the areas. Or say the rogue moon and the devoted moon.
I wonder if it's Orsi. Steve Oris.
I assume, yeah. And then the Azure Sea or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Edge Sea.
Edge Sea.
There's the Seeker of Signs. Which is all that up there.
Have you noticed that Fen isn't on there? All the symbols? Fen's isn't.
Oh, you're right.
It's not on the map either.
Wait, they just say the country names? Isn't that what that is? Araja, Nance, Archie, Aries. Yeah, because this is the third era.
Oh,
Right.
that's right. Yeah.
And the fourth era was the era of strife, I think.
The Fensurrection.
The Fensurrection, yeah.
The Redcoats.
Berry trees. The gardener. S-eclipse. In eclipse. S-eclipse goes right, and in eclipse goes left. Well, I guess no, that wouldn't be correct. That would be opposite. The Isle of Orsay doesn't really say
Hold
much.
on. The S-eclipse and in eclipse is
Essie? Issy? Isai?
is
I hope the microphone didn't pick that up. And if it did, excuse me. My apologies.
and it's facing right.
To the right, yeah. Because we've seen the in eclipse before. That was out in the Secret Garden.
Mm-hmm.
ISSE eclipse.
Okay.
And then the in eclipse. How about up here? All these armors? God, the magnifying glass is so sensitive to touch. Like on the thumbstick.
Wait. Are those are those the to your left? Are those the unholy hounds with the black robes? Just look over also.
Like
And there's
further? Oh, right
because
here.
there's also the berry trees.
It kind of looks like the people on the left are bringing gifts. It's like, look, that guy's got like loaves of bread.
There's the
And like
king that joined his people. The king who wanted to live among his people.
Oh, maybe. These look like tribalistic people. Like, 'cause like, look how they're dressed.
It might be from like a different country and they're meeting up and they're like...
That's what I'm thinking. What the fuck is this balloon? What the hell is that?
Who is that?
Yes, me and my iron-strapped balloon.
Is that Aunt Babbage?
There's a tower pointing at my butt. There's a man.
Ah, yes, the tower's pointing exactly where it's supposed to.
Need to get a closer look at that butt. Oh, hey, hold on a minute. Is that important?
Maybe.
I don't like his face. He looks like a...
He looks squelchy.
He looks like a squelch. Like a squinch. The man in the telescope. Ah, yes, a squinch. Look at this guy right here. He looks up. Ah, yes, a squinch. If I'd ever seen one before. Okay. And there's the people over here. God, fucking, meh. Kind of looks like a mix of both of the people up above now. Where are you all going? Oh.
Oh, there goes my other pencil.
Orinda?
Oh.
His 3 children. 2 sons and a daughter. When they split up the kingdoms. I think that's them. So yeah, this would be the 3rd era when that took place. Interesting. Let me look real quick. See, I thought the robed dudes were this one, but...
Oh.
Which one is this? Ore Sphere. This is the 3rd era, too, so this is the same era.
Morajai, that's where the boxes are from.
Yeah.
Vera.
Oh, Paul, did you fart? No, shut up, Samuel. Don't look at me. I heard it. There's the 2 towers over here and a really big-ass tree.
They look exactly the same. What would you call them?
No. There's this blind girl up top who is shackled by a bat and a hawk? Falcon? Bird of prey?
Hold on. Go left over the bat. You don't know I'm secretly Bambo.
I'm Bambo. He's Bambo.
He told me.
He told me so. Falcon, shut up. I told you not to talk about it. There's a snake by the South Key. Infinity. So many mysteries to solve.
so little time.
Fuck, I gotta go get that key. I was distracted by amazing artwork from centuries past.
And a magnifying glass.
And the fun magnifying glass I've been playing with. The morning room, that's where I was going. Not the morning room.
The courtyard.
The courtyard. We're gonna run out of steps. Fuck. Don't let my man-boy legs give out on me, please.
Oh no.
+2, +5, -2. Your legs are just... They start breaking and recovering and breaking.
Sledge fucking hammer.
Oh, well. We got a silver key. And another gem. Give me more keys, damn you. Nice. Keep stepping. Unlock that shit.
Rotunda or cloister?
I think the rotunda, because the cloister might have a security door. Which usually fucks us.
Usually.
Yeah, because normally it's so cool that, like, you can't see the doors. Anything else in here I've never noticed? What are those symbols up there? I think it's just the Mount Holly
Maybe.
symbol.
I think.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I have to look at everything. You motherfucker. Okay, so flip. I want that door.
I should have went that door.
Flip.
Stop.
Oh, you dirty fucker. That's the end of our run. We have no keys.
It is the first run.
It is the first run.
Do you wanna run up to Myers and grab snacks? I have my card.
Right now, we just started.
Well, I mean, like, I thought we were in our next break.
Yes, we could
Okay.
do that. Because, like, I was gonna say, like, we just started streaming.
No. No.
Ordinary campus.
Or anything but ordinary here.
Well, I'd rather just go now than, if anything, we can call it here, come back, start streaming again.
I mean, like, if it's up to you, because I know that they close at midnight and it's almost 9.
Yeah, because usually a lot of our longer runs are like an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on what we're doing.
True.
So, okay, we're gonna take a short break, and we will be right back. I need to go get my wife snacks, because she's ill-prepared. She wasn't ready for the fence erection of her stomach, was she?
And who made it a ritual or a routine that we have to... You, I swear.
Shut up. I'm sorry. Okay, so pause right here. We'll be right back. For anyone else that's watching this of any other time, thank you for tuning in to our shortest video ever. And, we'll be back. I feel like fen is a slur.